You are watching the #1 podcast in the whole entire YouTube wrestling community, and I'm one of your hosts, Juan.
And I'm your other host, and the new road break champion, Jean-Paul Leek.
To make matters worse, go ahead, Ryan.
And I am your host, Ryan, Legend Killer Whitman.
That's right, and the three of us together, we are
Road Break.
And family, a little bit after SummerSlam, we're right here to review the whole show like we promised. So thank you so very much for the opportunity, and we're really excited because we got tons of content this week, right, guys? We had NXT Takeover, we had AEW Dynamite, and now SummerSlam. But, in WWE fashion, they can never send you home happy.
Never.
Never. Never. You actually start to get excited about something. Jean-Paul is celebrating with his new title because he won. So congratulations to Jean-Paul, the new, Raw Break champion. I was a transitional champion. I feel like Keith Lee, so that means I'm going to be on Raw on Monday, so that's fine. The Legend Killer and I will have an opportunity to have gold pretty soon. But, Roman Reigns is back, family. So before we start, I want to start with Ryan and Jean-Paul. How do you guys feel about Roman Reigns coming back? So let's start with Legend Killer.
I found myself while he was out thinking to myself, you know what? I don't mind Roman Reigns. He's all right. And then I remembered that he came back, and I'm like, no, I mind Roman Reigns. Fuck, man.
Yep. Yeah, that's how I feel. Yeah. Yep. Yeah, you, Jean-Paul.
I didn't miss him on SmackDown. I guess SmackDown didn't have that really obvious overpush WWE guy on there. I mean, they had Braun Strowman, but see, he was in this good storyline, or at least tolerable storyline with The Fiend, so you didn't mind him too much. And everybody else on SmackDown was a good wrestler, good, performer in some aspect or another. Now you bring Roman Reigns back, and now that's like when John Cena was public enemy #1. It's the same thing with Roman. He still has that heat. He comes back. Yeah, people cheered him now, but, no, they're going to come to the realization like Ryan did. It'll just take him a lot longer, maybe a week or two, but eventually they'll be on the same boat and be like, I'm sick of this guy.
Legend Killer too, 2 seconds, yeah. I didn't even take a second, I was like, yep. I saw that, I'm like, oh my God, it's like,
the only thing that I said to you off camera to make this tolerable is if he's the leader of Retribution.
I mean,
if they do something like that, because okay, the Fiend wins. I get it. He's a heel. He shouldn't really have a moment to celebrate. But, how about us fans? Because 90% of the fans love the Fiend. From kids. I see kids, little 10-year-old kids walking around with the gloves and the T-shirts at Walmart.
Yeah.
So people love the Fiend. Can he have can we have a moment to be like, oh, he won? That's legit?
Jean-Paul lives at Walmart. That's why he knows all this.
Yeah, the toys.
He's always they're buying the toys and stuff. Yep. So that's cool stuff. But, that's what happened, guys. So, thank you so very much, family. So, let's start, guys. Bros, let's start with, the pre-show. So, the pre-show was pretty much, hyping up matches like they always do. But then, of course, they had, the U.S. Championship match. Well, kind of, I don't like that because, see, the U.S. Championship should be portrayed, kind of a better title. So, I don't really like this. So, Apollo Crews, there you go, defending against Mantel Bastavius Porter. And that's when, my bullshit starts because that's when I start losing. Because, actually, I pick MVP. And it actually didn't turn out to be that way. So now let's go with the booker, Mr. Egg. How do you feel about this?
I mean, it was good. I was the only one who picked Apollo, so I started off hot here, 1-0. But,
cool.
To me, I mean, exactly. To me, this match was so bullshit. This was really, to me, it was quick. MVP, he came out cleanly shaved. He looked like my big toe. Please keep the facial hair. I don't know what's going on here. So, but the match was quick. I feel like this should have been on Monday Night Raw. This wasn't, It wasn't good at all. To be I know they're on the pre-show at SummerSlam, but I've seen some really good pre-show matches in the past, not on SummerSlam, on even less caliber pay-per-views. So there was no reason for this match. I mean, I don't know. It didn't impress me at all. And, I don't know. I mean, I guess they're moving on. Like I said, in the previews and predictions, I believe the main money match is Apollo Crews versus Bobby Lashley. So maybe that's just what they're, going for.
Maybe that's what it is. So, our Legend Killer, how do you feel about this? Did you enjoy this, or too short for you? What are your thoughts on this?
Yeah, too short, and I feel like this match would have been much better suited on the main card, especially for a group having MVP and Apollo Crews, the amount of screen time they've been getting on Monday Night Raw lately. I felt like if you need to have a pre-show match, so I thought maybe they'd go with the tag title match. Not that that's not important, but I just thought this holds a little bit more water with how they're trying to portray MVP and the Hurt Business. I just thought it hurt them in the end.
I agree with you because I was thinking the same way. It's like probably they're going to put a tag because that's like, especially with the outcome that they gave us. It's like, is it worse? I'm more pissed off with that. It's like, can I win a thing on like previous and predictions? No. Like of course, and in the worst possible fashion. This match, you guys both said like a little short, and the ending very anticlimactic. Like he did the power bomb. I'm like, oh, he's not gonna kick out. And MVP just looked like he was ready to be just bang. It's like, okay.
He was completely dead. That was a slow cover, a slow count. I'm like, oh, MVP's. I thought he was legit gonna kick out, and he didn't. And I'm like, oh, like
okay,
done.
Yeah, all right, yeah. So like, and also like that was like the last minutes for this girl right here. Renee Young, like they said goodbye. Hey, she announced that she's gonna be leaving the WWE. Pretty much, there's nothing for her to do because backstage is canceled. And John Moxley said, "Honey, let's go to AEW and." Let's work with Le Champion and everybody else with Cody.
Yeah, I was gonna say she's like me. AEW confirmed.
Oh yeah. She's a mark too. But like guys, like she did everything she could. She's done everything that she could do in the WWE. And so I feel that like there's nothing there for her.
I like how they acknowledged that she was leaving and they gave her a little send off. They were like, "Oh, Renee, thank you. It's been legit." Blah blah blah. Instead of just being like, "Oh, okay," and then they leave, and then she's just never there again, and nobody says anything.
No, she has her last minutes, and in WWE, so that was okay. I feel that like there's a clause in her contract that she's gonna be a few months until she.
Debuts, I'm sure.
Until she debuts on like AEW, but like even though like ESPN could have her, like the same thing with Charlie Caruso. You guys know that like she's capable of doing whatever. So like the WWE is a stepping stone for her. She has that cooking book coming. The recipes paradigm shift, like Dirty Deeds, the Shield, all of those things. So, like, guys, boom, the pay-per-view started. SummerSlam, I like, like, finally a little bit of pyro. It's giving me the vibe of, like, professional wrestling one more time. I'm really enjoying that, so it was good. Finally, like, I started to feel that, like, in a few months, hopefully we can have actually real crowd, in the shows. So, I'm getting hopeful about that. But, like, the show started with, like, Bayley and Asuka for the SmackDown Championship. This match was good. Like I said, more of the same because we've seen this so many times. We all of us said this, but I see also like here's the one I started to go even worse because I pick Asuka. So I was done.
I mean, I guess I'll start here since I'm already going. But I mean,
go ahead, champ.
Thank you. But this match, I thought it made sense. I mean, the whole card itself, I thought all the match placement made sense. This match made sense going first. Hey, Asuka has to wrestle twice. Let's give her the opening match. So that makes sense. And I thought it was good. Like you said, we've seen these two wrestle a bunch of times. But, the last couple times that they wrestled, Asuka beat Bayley. And just with the main story being Bayley and Sasha, to me, I was like, there's no way she's going to lose this, her title here. Because you're not going to just keep burying Bayley. Because they were putting her over. 300 someday title reign, longest SmackDown women's champion, all this stuff. But it was good. I really like Bayley. And I could almost see that when her and Sasha feud, I'm calling it that she's going to be the babyface. I feel like in this match, you kind of, and even the promo that they had, it was later on, I think, when they were talking about Sasha Banks' match. Bayley almost appears more. She almost appears more babyface. So.
Yeah, no, but
I enjoyed this match though.
Oh yeah, it was good. So Legend Killer, like, did you enjoy this or like, whatever, more of the same?
Yeah, more of the same. But I think what this match had a difference between previous Asuka Bayley matches was I think there was more storytelling involved throughout the course of the match between the teasing of dissension between Sasha and Bayley, and I think when they do eventually feud, just the way that they kind of played things out tonight, I'm kind of thinking it's going to go the other way, and I think Sasha might be the babyface and Bayley the heel in this situation, even though the role should be reversed. Bayley is a much more natural babyface and Sasha a more natural heel, but I can see them going the other way when they feud.
I think that like the heel is supposed to be Bayley, yeah, because like see, this is how the match ended, guys. That's because Sasha kind of helped out because they did this spot one time and actually Asuka kicked out, but then they repeated it and then she was able to roll her up 1, 2, 3. She retains the championship, but I'm pretty sure that like the heel is gonna be Bailey, because like see in the other match that we were covered, like she kind of refused to give the hell back to Sasha Banks. So that's what that's it. There you go, right there, celebrating, and and Sasha was like really excited because she was the one that actually helped out the friend. Asuka didn't have an opportunity. I really enjoyed this. I think it was a good start for the pay-per-view. But we were like, okay, I was already done because I'm like, oh, I'm already losing on my previous predictions. Jean Paul is gonna win, or like Ryan. So I'm like, I'm okay, whatever. But I was just like, okay, I started out completely bad, so I was not feeling too happy about that. So now, guys, let's go also like to another match that like we kind of like. I thought it was hair versus hair. Didn't take like this. Actually, they changed the whole thing. It was just they go for hair versus hair to like the loser leaves the WWE. So I'm like, can I get informed about the stipulations? Like, how is it really going to be? Because I'm waiting for somebody to pull out, like the razor or something. No, nothing. So it's like Sonya Deville and Mandy Rose. The match, not good. I didn't think it was good. A lot of botches. Mandy did not have a good night. Botch with like the table. She tried to set it up. Nothing happens. I'm waiting for it. Nope. Doesn't work.
Yeah, I mean, that was like the way, like, the momentum swings. I'm like, okay, all she has to do is just grab the table from like the short end, like, the side, and just flip it instead of the long way. And I'm like, okay, she's a blonde, and clearly that translates to, common sense. So, I mean, I do like when Sonya sold it though, because she got up with the chair and knocked her out. Sonya
saved that spot.
Yeah, Sonya Deville, I like. But Mandy Rose, like you said, I mean, I thought she was Kenny Omega out there. She must have hit like 100 V triggers. I was like, what's going on here? But I like, some of the knees she hit good, but some of the other things that she tries and her punches, she was selling Sonya Deville slaps across the face, but Sonya was like punching her in the side and in the face, and she just no-sold those. So it's like, Mandy, like, get off TikTok, get back in the ring in the Performance Center, train a little bit, but the story is what definitely had this match going.
The story is what it is because like Mandy had a really bad night, but let's say Legend Killer, like, do you agree or like disagree or like? Well,
yeah, wasn't a great match. I was surprised at how much offense Mandy was able to get in, just because Sonya's a much more intense. She's more of a actual like shoot fighting style. I want to say just the way that she portrays herself. So I was surprised that Mandy got in the offense, but no, I agree with you. It wasn't more so the match itself. It's the story behind the match with Mandy and Sonya. Sonya they're just going at it for the past month now. So match itself wasn't the best payoff. Hopefully, I mean, we'll see Sonya again in WWE. Who knows how long it's going to be, how much time off she needs. But I'm excited for her to come back again.
Yeah, no, it's true. Like, see, like she one of the knees, a lower knee, like you said, B trigger, like she had like a triple B trigger or something.
Yeah. So
that like how she gets the win, and like I said, I'm waiting for like the razor to come out. No, it was just the win. The loser leaves the WWE.
No, but you know who did come out though?
Oh yeah, we did. He did come out. Yeah. Of course, our buddy.
Yeah, Odin. Oh yeah. Now see, when he came running out, he had the briefcase, and he looked like a man on a mission. He didn't look like King Mabel or Mo, but he looked like a man on a mission. So he came out, and I'm like, is he gonna cash in for Mandy? Is he gonna be like, Bailey, get out here right now? Like, what is he doing? And then he did the caterpillar, and then I'm like, oh, okay, legit.
Oh well, like he did caterpillar, and then he's dancing, and of course, Mandy tries to do something like that too. Like we have it right here. Look at this. Look at this. Like
okay. I mean, I guess she tried.
A crappy version of it, I guess. I don't know. What do you guys think? This is overly done or no? Or like just
what?
The Mandy and like this
Otis?
caterpillar, and Otis.
I mean, I like it, but I'm like, how does this end? The only way I see this ending is Mandy turns heel on him, and she's like, "Oh, you're fat and gross, and I only used you." And then it's like, then Sonya Deville is proven right because Sonya said you're just as I want to make you as ugly on the outside as you are on the inside.
Yes.
I mean, like I said, I don't know where it goes, the Otis Mandy thing. So I mean, I don't hate it now, but I feel at some point they're gonna have to do something with it.
Oh, like at some point you're gonna hate it.
Yeah, exactly. If you keep it where it is forever, then I'll be like, oh, okay. You get bored of it.
Did you like this or like kind of like overly done? Whatever.
I like the chemistry. I think they have great chemistry together. I'm a fan of the storyline so far, but it's almost to the point where who knows how 1 month, 2 months, 5 months down the line from now, it's almost like they're going to put themselves into a corner. When you start to think maybe the only way they can get out of doing this is to say if one of them gets hurt, and they just be like, okay, well, we'll just bring him back, but we're just gonna forget this ever happened.
Yeah.
They need to catch Mandy banging Tucker.
Something like weird, so like it actually spice it up, because right now it's like really, really mellow. It's like, yeah, legit, like I said, there was no kiss. It was like they were just hugging. So it's like, okay, are you gonna hug your girlfriend, or are you gonna make out with her? Come on, Odie. Like, come on, and then rub her belly too. So like, okay, never mind, guys. Let's go to something that I was actually also not too happy with this, because I think, Ryan won on this. So Ryan was really happy about this. So this is the Raw Tag Team
this one
match. Like, you and me picked out like Almas and Angel Garza and Selena, but like Ryan had the one here. He got the upper hand, on the two of us. But like, I think that I wasn't happy with this because the match was not good. Match was really quick, and the ending was absolutely trash, at least for me. So let's start with the guy that won this one, and there's the Legend Killer. So are you happy with this, or like did you think that the match was too short? Because for me, even the ending didn't make any sense for me.
Well, I'm happy I got the prediction right, but I'm not happy about the results because, what are they doing with Andrade and Angel Garza? I almost feel like at this point they got to split them up because they have no momentum going for them. They don't have the belts. They keep losing week in and week out. What are they going to do with them? The Street Profits, they're a hot team. I like them in NXT. I like them on the main roster, so I'm glad they're doing something with them. The match itself, it just felt like a tag team match that you would see on Raw. It wasn't really anything special. Yeah, the Montez Ford getting beat down for the majority of the beginning of the match, and then you get the hot tag, and then just kind of steamrolls from there. It's a typical tag match.
It was. Yeah, absolutely right. So like, let's go with Mr. Egler. Look, that's the part where like the whole thing came about. Like, that's the ending. Like, he hits Selena, the kids are on the floor, and everything gets like, and Andrade, for some odd reason, Jean Paul, he just decides to check on Selena.
Yeah, and two quick things to make note of. Kevin Owens was on commentary, and I don't know if he was drunk or high or on some sort of drugs, but he seemed really like out of it and weird on commentary. I don't know if you guys picked that up. He seemed like really weird. He's like,
420.
I was like, what's going on? I thought Matt Riddle was on SmackDown. What's going on here? But and then another quick thing is when Garza, they ripped his pants off, and Byron Saxton goes, "Thank God his pants are off." And then Kevin Owens is like, "What?" And then they're all like, So I'm like, yeah, Byron Saxton, like, come on, man. But no, this match could have taken place on Monday Night Raw. Besides, Angel Garza dressed exactly the same. At least Andrade had like a new robe. Selena was dressed like Sombra from Overwatch because she's a big video game player, so that was cool. Like, at least they had.
Did you know that reference, Ryan? Because I didn't know. Like, Jean Paul always knows the reference.
Yeah. But at least, because.
And it's like, what the fuck is this? Because I'm like, I don't know what the fuck is this. It's just for me, it's a purple outfit.
Yeah.
But
at least,
so good job.
At least they, dressed up and acted like it was a pay-per-view, but the match itself was pretty much just, like you said, Monday Night Raw, and I don't like when the hot tag goes to Angelo Dawkins, because to me, he's the real bullshit one of the Street Profits. Montez Ford has all the talent, all the charisma, all the energy. You give him the hot tag, and he's the one who explodes, not Angelo Dawkins, but,
See, like, even Garza already said, why are you bullshit? We had the thing won. We were legit. No.
Yeah, he's talking to Andrade. He's like, I thought you banged Charlotte good. He's like, we should get pushed.
Then we can, and look, and like you said, beautiful frog splash. Like, he has like one of the best, if not the best frog splash ever. Like, it's the height and like how like he executes that absolutely great. And they retain the titles. And see, Kevin Owens is like, what the hell am I? Why am I not on the card?
Oh, yeah, and he's like, Aleister Black's going to be on the Kevin Owens show tomorrow. It's like literally crickets were chirping. Like, everybody on the ThunderDome was like, so...
Yeah, well, like
nobody cares.
So, because we were like, if he comes repackaged, good.
No, this is what needs to happen. Black mask to Kevin Owens and done, and then they feud, because I'm so sick of Kevin Owens just being, let me just be a talk show guy. Like, really, dude?
Matches. He needs to be having matches. You're like wasting Kevin Owens in such a Kevin Owens is such a legit.
And this is what you need to do, because I don't like babyface Kevin Owens at all. I think, he was legit when he was on SmackDown, here Raw, done. He needs to get beat by Aleister Black, and then whenever Keith Lee's starting feud is, after he's done with that, you feud, because let's spoiler alert, Keith Lee's on Monday Night Raw, then you feud Keith Lee with Aleister Black.
Yeah, I mean, that would be a good idea. See, there you go. Like, something that is, like, interesting because for Keith Lee, also for, like, Aleister Black, or for, like, Kevin Owens, they need to get something, like, good. Because, see, I feel bad for Kevin Owens. Like, he deserves better. So we should start that hashtag, Kevin Owens deserves better. Right, Ryan? I know you love Kevin Owens. So
yeah, they're doing nothing with him. I don't want to see him host a talk show.
Yeah, after WrestleMania, after that match with Rollins done.
Every time that he has momentum to be champion one more time, done. Done. They for some reason, they hate when he gets momentum. And they're the ones booking the whole thing. So I don't understand. So now let's go with Mijo. Let's go with Mijo going against the other Mijo. So Monday Night Raw Messiah. We go with, like, Dominik Mysterio with Seth Rollins. This was actually my favorite match of the night. I enjoyed this from the beginning till the end, and just because Dominik had a really good showing, the good story with Mysterio. The ending, I mean, I was rooting for Dominik, but, like, it didn't bother me as much, just because, like, the whole story made sense. He looked good. There was violence. There was drama. Even the mom came out. Mysterio talks to the wife in Spanish. So that was like
now. See, one thing I don't know. I was gonna look this up. Not that it's a big deal, but they never referred to her as Mysterio's mom. They only said, like Dominik's mom. They said it was Ray's wife. So I wonder if this is his mom or if he got remarried.
No. This is the mom.
Okay, because it was weird. It's like, like, look at Rey Mysterio's wife has to watch, Dominik get beat. I'm like, why wouldn't you just say she has to watch her son? Like, why would you say so many extra words?
Because WWE, they're trash like that. They always like you to, like, avenues that you just say mom.
Yeah, like, why would you?
It's one of the banned words, mom.
Yeah, that's true. They have banned words like hospital. You have to say
like
local medical facility.
Mom. Like, how do you feel, mom, when, like, they don't want to call you mom? That's how she feels.
Yep.
Call me mom. Please call me mom. Yeah, so, like, but, like, I want to ask both of you, I want to start, like, by saying, like, I'll ask this a little later, but, like, let's start with, like, you, Jean-Paul. What do you feel about this? Because, to me, it was a really, really good match. I enjoy this. I think that the whole story is calling for maybe another match. I don't know how they're going to do it, but I really enjoyed this because Seth Rollins has put over Dominik Mysterio in the best way possible.
Oh, yeah, this match was good, and Dominik looked good in it. There was a couple spots where maybe if he was a little bit more seasoned, it wouldn't have been, like, there wouldn't have been as, like, much time between the spots, or, like, the setup, it would have flowed up much nicer, but he was still really good. I like in the beginning where Rollins was just like, oh yeah, put me in a headlock, and he did, and then he got right out of it, and he's like, you suck, kid, like, you're bullshit, and then the arm drags, and then Dominik started to fight back. It was really good, and then of course when everything broke down, and then Mysterio got handcuffed, and then everything, that's kind of when it took the emotional turn that we all knew it was going to turn. Like, it wasn't just going to be a normal match. Somebody wins 1, 2, 3. Oh, okay. You knew it was going to break down, and that's what I thought it was good. And not just because it was my pick and because you guys picked Dominik, but I think it was good that Seth Rollins won.
Oh no, yeah.
Because there's no way you're going to kill his momentum. This isn't like a Rocky Johnson, Rocky Maivia, like, oh, let's just, debut him, and it's like, oh, okay, he just wins everything, Survivor Series, Intercontinental Champ. No, Dominik, he's going to actually have to earn it a little bit, and, but I don't think this storyline's over. Ray's going to want revenge. Dominik's going to want revenge. This storyline's going to continue.
Oh, yeah, no, I agree with you. I think that, like, excellent stuff. Now, let's go with the Legend Killer. How do you feel about this match, Ryan?
Yeah, it was my match of the night, too. I agree with you there. I think everybody involved got a good rub from this match. Dominik looked fantastic. I loved his ring gear. I loved the way he was presented, especially as a first match. Rollins going over keeps his momentum going. And even I feel like he added more elements to his character within the tease of him going after the mom. I'm like, oh, he's actually trying to do this right now. So it makes him more statistic. He's more now like, okay, you don't want to mess with Seth Rollins because dude's crazy. But yeah, I thought it was a fantastic match. I loved everybody involved in it. And I can see the storyline continuing with them. Like, Ray and Dominik be like, hey, you went after, my wife, my mom. Like, we're not just going to let that slide.
Yeah, no, it's true. But, like, let's just backtrack a little bit, guys. Like, see, in this picture, Dominik is telling Mysterio, do not interfere. Let me do this by myself. I know you're my dad, whatever, but just don't help me out. I want to do this myself. And Ray was like, okay, yeah, I'm going to help. I'm not going to do anything. He's like, it's your show. You do your best they can. I really love this spot when they did like South Russian swim.
Yeah, the Russian leg sweep.
Yeah, and they did that, and then like they on top on the tables, and then they hit with the kendo stick. Seth Rollins actually ripped Dominik's like the gear, and then he started beating him up with the kendo stick one more time. Excellent stuff. Rey Mysterio got handcuffed. In the end, stomp, and Seth Rollins wins. Like look, like he's like yeah, they're talking about me. Yeah, I won. That's right. He's legit. Yeah, like you said. I mean, I wanted Dominik, but I mean, like I said, like him winning, it doesn't bother me because I understand. Like you said, he has to pay his dues. He's not just going to show up and then just get wins over everybody. But he's like, are you going to keep trying, Dominik? And he's like, yeah. See?
I want to ask you guys a question. In this storyline, what's the next match? Is it Rey Mysterio versus Rollins, or is it Dominik versus Seth Rollins? Who do you think it is?
Start is our legend killer.
I'm gonna go with option C. I think they're gonna do a tag match: Rey and Dominik versus Buddy and Rollins, and then I think it'll lead to a third match that you'll just see Dominik Rollins again.
Okay.
Now that's not a bad BC. For example, like
that's not bad.
Payback could be the tag.
Yeah.
And then maybe that will set it up for Survivor Series. You know, like when you have like the last big pay-per-view, that's when you have Dominik and Rollins, and then Dominik will go over. I think that's good. That's a way that you could plan this. But like, see, I want to ask you, both of you, and let's start with you, Mr. Leek. We had two people that debuted, had a first match in WWE and in wrestling. It's Pat McAfee and Dominik. Who was the best out of the two?
I mean, that's hard to say because this match had all the emotional
you became a
stuff.
mark of McAfee in like 2 seconds.
Yeah, I mean, this match had all the emotional stuff to it, and it had obviously a way better story than the McAfee thing. It was, I guess, that's hard to say because you're asking me who I thought was better, right?
Yeah, because I'm look what Adam Cole is thinking of him. No, Adam Cole.
Yeah, because Pat McAfee, nobody thought he was going to be as good as he was. Like, why would you think he was going to be good? But Rey Mysterio's son, you were like, oh, okay, he's Rey Mysterio's son. Like, he has to be good. Like, he has to be at least pretty good.
But that's what people think, though. Because if you go to Ted DiBiase Jr., God forbid. Done.
Yeah, but see, that's the thing. I like Ted DiBiase. He was never that exciting. He was a good wrestler, but like Lucha Libre is exciting. So at least Dominik will be exciting. There's the arm drags, there's the flips and the dives and all that stuff, the 619s. But I would say I was more. I mean, this is probably gonna piss people off, but I was more impressed with Pat McAfee because I was expecting Dominik to be be good. I wasn't expecting him to be bad.
He's at your mark, right there.
If you're asking me who is better, Dominik's better. But I was more impressed with Pat McAfee's debut.
There you go. Well, it's cool. John Paul, legend killer, Pat McAfee or Dominik. Who impressed you the most?
Impressed? I'm still gonna go Dominik because again, it is his first match. So yeah, okay, he's Rey Mysterio's son. But like you said, just because he's so-and-so's son doesn't automatically mean he's going to be good. I mean, there's a high chance because, it is Rey Mysterio. So, yeah, I'm more impressed with Dominik.
Curtis Axel.
Yeah, Curtis Axel is another one. Yeah.
Curtis Axel.
Well, I mean, I don't know. Was he ever that bad, though? He wasn't Mr. Perfect, but...
No, but he wasn't even close. I mean, but that's WWE's fault.
Yeah, but they just booked him, though. Was that ever his fault, though?
Yeah, I like B-Team. I thought they did them kind of dirty, though.
The B team?
Yeah,
the bullshit team.
Oh yeah, the bullshit team. So I mean, yeah, like Ryan is saying, I think for me it was more Dominik. Well, but Pat McAfee did a great job. Don't get me wrong. But at least Dominik is just. I enjoyed the whole story better because it made whole sense, and the match.
Oh no, that's what. The story.
Whole, yeah, but
the story was way better.
Saying, he did a great job, and I really agree with that. I'm pretty sure we'll see more matches of Pat McAfee. Maybe not in the near future, but maybe in a year from now. Let's say he wants to try to do this on a daily basis, and he will have a really good shot to be a good, wrestler because already promo ability, like Ryan said in the review yesterday, is on the channel, by the way. Like the show is enticing. He knows how to get people pissed off. He knows what buttons he needs to push, so he can get heat. So but this match again, let's go, Mama. I'm sorry, it was absolutely amazing. Thank you for that. Mama Mysterio, absolutely. I had a great time. This this was the match of the night for me. So now, guys, like you said, the next stop for us is going to be Payback. So Road Break is going to be, and then forget about the Hulu thing. It's just like right here on top. Road Break is going to be like, we're going to be talking about Payback. So that's going to be our next stop. But like now, let's go to one more time to like the girls. Let's go to like Sasha Banks against Bayley, and not against Bayley, but against Asuka one more time. So this match, I think you two predicted that Asuka was going to win, and I was actually the mark that went the other way around. So again,
no, you picked Asuka for both.
I did. Okay.
Yeah,
okay.
Yeah. You picked Asuka for both.
At least a little bit of love I got. So like this match was good though. I enjoyed this a little bit better than Bayley. To me, it was like I think they have better chemistry between Sasha and Asuka. Like they're better wrestler when it comes to like countering moves and kind of like bring more intensity or like bring excitement through the moves. So like I like this a lot better. So walk me through it, Jean Paul.
I think in this, because Asuka is the baby face in both matches, and I think Asuka works better with Sasha when Sasha's like the heel and and she's the baby face. But Bayley, when she works with Asuka, it's almost like she's trying to work baby face and Asuka's trying to be dominant, where she should be the one who's cheating and dominant. So that's why I think maybe you like this one a little bit more, because I did as well. I love when she does the counters into like the bank statement or into the crossface or the backstabber and all that stuff. It's a really good match. And Bayley on the outside, and like you said, she didn't help. There was times that she could have even caused a DQ. That's the thing. She could have ran in and just clocked the ref. And it would have been like, Asuka wins by DQ, but that's not going to have the belt change.
Yeah.
So it's like, there was no help. So, and I booked it correctly. So, I'm happy with that. But I thought this match was good. And see, like we said in the previous predictions as well, they're not jobbing out Asuka. Could you imagine if she would have lost both of these matches?
Oh,
there's no way. There's no way. She would have been
done. She would have been.
Yeah, there's no way.
Done. Yeah, so she would have been absolutely done. But like, thankfully they didn't. And like I said, the three of us got this one right. Legend Killer, like for example, Bayley and Asuka, Sasha and Asuka. Like, what do you think is better for you, or what gets the best match out of the two pairings right there?
I like the Sasha Asuka match better, but I think they had the benefit. I'm gonna call it benefit of having to be able to work the psychology of Asuka having her second match of the night. Because I always think if you look back and say like WrestleMania 30, Daniel Bryan versus Triple H, and then Daniel Bryan the main event, because then you have, as a fan, you have more sympathy for the wrestler in the second match of the night. You're like, oh, all right, they're gonna do this again. They had a grueling match beginning, and I have to have another one. So you have the benefit of being able to work with that, because then you can work like what Sasha was working the leg.
Yes, yeah, because there was that spot that like she did a kick, and then like she got injured from that. Yes.
Yeah, so there's a benefit there, and then I really enjoyed just the end, almost how they were doing the transitions from the Asuka lock to bank statement back to Asuka lock. I thought they were doing.
Oh yeah, they were seamless. The transitions.
Yeah. No, it was good. I really like that. Like you guys said, like the transitions. Like, see, that's what I think is like legit wrestling when it comes climactic. Because see, for example, Sasha got the opportunity, then Asuka like counters, and then once again Sasha has the opportunity. Bayley doesn't help at all. Bayley kind of plays dumb when she did a hip attack, so she doesn't want to do the same thing that Sasha did for her. And then Asuka like takes advantage, and this is what happens. She's the new Raw Women's Champion, and look at the dissension right there, though. Look at this. Mm-hmm. This is what happens also when Sasha saw Roman coming back.
Yep.
Oh my God, it's bullshit one more time.
But this is all done, like we said, it's setting up the story. They're gonna lose, whoever or to whoever at Payback, I think. The tag belts, and then that's going to be like, right now the fuse is burning, and it's getting right towards the big powder keg. It's going to explode. As soon as, I'm going to say, Bayley's shoulders get pinned, 1, 2, 3, at Payback, then I think, oh, okay, now we're feuding for the SmackDown title, because now you took all my gold away, you bitch, Bayley. Now it's done.
I think that look, they're looking at you, Jean Paul. It's like, is it going to happen? They're like, no, Jean Paul, it's not going to happen.
They're like, well, unless Triple H is subscribed to Rope Break.
Yeah, but right there, like they're saying no, Jean Paul. Mm-hmm. And this is like a promo that they had before the matches, and they were saying no, there's no dissension here. We're best friends. We're gonna keep retaining. It's all good. But like you guys are saying, Payback, I think is gonna be the beginning of this feud. So hopefully, like if they don't push the trigger right here, if they don't pull the trigger, I don't know when they're gonna do it. So this is what's going to happen right there. So now let's go to something that it was really, really cool. A really fantastic match. And like Jean Paul is like, I can't believe this is not the main event. He was a little upset for that. But like it's Drew McIntyre and the Viper Randy Orton. I really enjoyed this match. There was a little bit of blood. So that was also amazing. Chemistry between these two guys. They put a really, really good match. A little bit of intensity, a little violence, good like exchanging of calls, counters. Like the RKO, he tried that for like 3 times or so. Claymore kick also. So they told a really nice story right here. I was really, really happy with the outcome because a lot of people already were giving the title to Randy Orton. That didn't happen. So now let's start with the legend killer Ryan Whitman. How do you feel about this match and the outcome of it?
I'm very pleasantly surprised with the outcome of it. I'm happy to see Drew keep the belts because I know everybody was thinking going into it that Randy Orton's going to walk out of SummerSlam and then we're going to get the Edge feud. That's going to culminate at Mania is what everybody's assuming. But I think it's good that you can delay that a little bit because we're still ways away from April when Mania is going to be. So keep the belt on McIntyre, keep pushing him, and I think the chemistry that they had together is just fantastic. It started at a slower pace, but it works because I think something that Orton doesn't get enough credit for is how smart of a wrestler he is. Going in and out of the ring, kind of playing with the rule book, twisting everything the way that he sees fit to help him. But then once they got going, they went, and it was intense. The blood I think always helps a match. It's not necessary, but when you see it, you're like, okay, it's getting intense. These guys, they're really going out for each other. So I was very happy with this match. It was very enjoyable to watch.
Absolutely. So now let's go with like the Booker. Look at your boy right there. Yeah.
And I'm pretty sure I was the only one who picked. No, I was the only one who picked Drew here as well. So this was another one that saved me. But with this match, I agree with everything Ryan said. It started off slow. People give Randy Orton shit. Oh, he's not exciting. He's boring. He's this and that. The only shit I'll give him. The only shit I'll give him is too many title reigns. That whole Edge, John Cena, Randy Orton. Let's just give it to 1 to 3 of these guys because that's we don't know any better. Maybe Undertaker gets sprinkled in there and Triple H, but that's it. To me that's way too many title reigns for him. But other than that, I like him because he tells his story. He works smart. Why start off the match with a superplex? Because then when you do one at the end of the match, no one will care. So he works slow. He builds towards everything. And this match was good. You said the RKO counters were good, and Drew never went for the Claymore. The one thing I liked is you didn't see a lot of pinfall attempts. There was only maybe a handful, and that's what I like. You don't try to pin a guy after every move because they know what each other's made of. Like you said, the color from Drew is really good, and just overall, now that because the main event wasn't a 5-star match. That match was bullshit. So I want to ask you guys. Was this or the Rey Mysterio match or the Dominik Mysterio match? Which one was your favorite for the whole weekend? Because I would think it's either one of these two. Because Karrion and Keith Lee, I feel, was a little bit of a letdown, or maybe you think the latter match. But which I'll leave it up to you. Don't have to be any of those 3. Which match was your favorite all weekend?
Let me guys start. I guess I'll start. I think Dominik, like hands down. That was like from I enjoyed the whole thing really good. But see, this one was also pretty good. Like McIntyre and Randy, like they gave me like intensity, and like Ryan was saying, when they scholar at it, I'm good. It's just because not that I'm sadistic, I just see blood and I'm just get like over.
Man, it is. There.
I get a hard on for that. No, it's not. It has nothing to do with this. It's just like rivalries like this are so personal. The story demands for you to do a little bit of this. But and also McIntyre, I think he had like a black and blue or something in his eye. So everything, actually is always good. So like you said, despite this not being the main event for me, this was the main event.
Yeah, and Ryan, what's your favorite match then?
Oh, match of the weekend, Brody Lee versus Cody. No.
It's the dark quarters. You got to do the hand. The dark quarter.
Show the toy. No.
I know they're on the shelf. I can't go get them.
No, I'm gonna stick with the 5-man ladder. Was my match of the weekend. I love a ladder match. I love the chaos.
Oh yeah, that was good.
But with Dominik and Ray, Dominik Seth is a close second for me.
Okay,
Yeah.
see, I'm going with this one. It's either this one or the ladder match. The only thing that would have made this match cemented for me is if it would have been Claymore kick and done. Really, Randy Orton, thanks for coming, but you're done. And they're not doing that because, like you said, they're going to prolong this title reign, but I think it's only going to be for a week.
Oh yeah.
Because they're booking it. I think they're going to book it at Payback and done.
Right here, backslide because it was what? It was the Claymore attempt, but he misses completely. But then RKO. But then when he turns for the RKO, he hooks them. He does the backslide 1, 2, 3, and done.
Yep.
And then
we never saw it coming.
Yeah. And somebody was jizzing right there. See?
Yeah, he's like, he winked at him too. He's like, I'll get you in a week, you son of a bitch.
Yeah, he's
like, I got you.
It's legit. He's like, it's all good. And then we see Drew. He's happy.
But the one thing I will say though, there's 2 moments tonight, and it's with the 2 top guys, and then it was a cheer and a boo. And right here, when McIntyre came out and they announced his name, like at the beginning of the match, rather. All the crowds in the Thunderdome, they were cheering, I think, because it's live. You can't really edit the volume too much on that, but, so that was good to hear that, he got cheers and stuff from everybody.
Oh, yeah. No, it's true. It's true. So now let's go to, and the match was, I was thinking, Sister Bliss was going to show up, so, I was excited about that, but no, they have to give me, the Wars ending. It wasn't a great match, but, and then Roman comes back, so for me, I'm absolutely done with it. So let's get over it. So I never saw it coming. Yeah, I never saw it coming. Roman coming back.
And they had this thing be a falls count anywhere. I don't remember that being a stipulation until right tonight.
Can you let me know can you let me know if you're gonna change the rules for this? No, nothing. Everything on the fly. Thank you, WWE. Mm-hmm. But yeah, they made it into a falls count anywhere. Did it make any difference? Probably because Braun hole by hole, he's not going to be able to do anything.
No.
So he needs to go on the outside to kind of do something with it. But, I don't know, guys. I wasn't happy with this. I mean, yeah, with the winner, yeah, but, I was thinking, for me, the story is what carries the match. And it wasn't. The story was really, crappy.
And Ryan, I want to know what you think, but it wasn't like a typical Fiend match where we see, besides Goldberg, but we seen the Fiend, he's always really dominant and no-sells everything. But in this, Strowman was kicking his ass. You see here, he puts him through the table, he hits him with the ring steps, he hits him with a power slam. He kicks out, but in between all those, and he gets smashed through the barricade.
Yes.
But in between all this, he he's not no-selling it. He's just letting Braun Strowman throw him around. And I mean, yeah, he kicked out, but the Fiend didn't really look too dominant in this. I would say Strowman looked pretty dominant until the end.
Yeah, it wasn't a typical Fiend match, though. With some of those spots, though, you did see him get back up, when he went through the barricade, where the camera panned back around, he was just standing right back up right away. I mean, yeah, I'm happy that the Fiend won. The match itself, it was almost an opposite of the McIntyre Orton, where this one started off fast, but then just kind of tapered off until just kind of walked towards the finish line. I was happy. I love when a match goes backstage, so I love Falls Count Anywhere matches. So I'm okay, great. They're in Gorilla. They're gonna go back to catering. It's gonna be great.
Don't you wish that we saw Vince McMahon sitting in Gorilla when they went back there? Yeah. I was hoping he would have been the only one, a joke. He's the only one in there, and he's like, what the fuck? And he's like, and he runs away. That would have been legit, but no.
I know. Yeah, no, we didn't see any of that. Nope.
No, the Fiend would get back up after some of those spots. But I think what we learned is that if you want to take down the Fiend, all you need is a spear.
All you need is the
the spear and done. Yeah, no, not even the punch. No. But at least the Fiend, he puts through the table and one.
Yeah, I do like this spot where Braun Strowman, he got out the box cutter, he cut up the ring, he's like, oh, I'm gonna power slam him on the wood, taking a spot from Johnny Gargano and Tommaso Ciampa. So I mean that at least was cool. I liked the whole setup, but then the Fiend, I think he did an Uranagi and I think one, maybe two Sister Abigails, and then that was pretty much it. But like you said, yeah. But then, what's the one thing that we already spoiled, but nobody saw coming? I sure as hell didn't.
I didn't see it coming, so because this happens. What the hell? Why? Wreck everyone. No. It's bore everyone.
Yeah.
Absolutely hate this spot. And that's how I felt when I saw this. That's how I.
Yep, done.
Done. You know, done. You know, I don't want to do the review.
What does the feed say? Can I live?
Yeah. You know, yeah. Can I live? No.
No.
Absolutely not. No. And also, like Roman, he comes back, of course, absolutely strong. He spears like the Fiend, you know, and then he starts beating him up like this.
What's the one thing? Okay, I'm gonna ask you guys this. Braun Strowman. Okay, yeah, clearly he went a little crazy, but he was the champ. He's still the baby face, you could say. Why the hell did Roman Reigns beat the shit out of Braun Strowman? Like, he just lost this match. He got Sister Abigail into, like, the wood paneling. And then Roman comes back and beats the shit out of him. He's like, you're nothing without me. He's like,
you know, you're not a monster. I made you.
Yeah, and I'm like, okay, he just lost, like, beat up the... I'm like,
brothers,
what?
Like, my brothers, don't you think, like, and Kevin Dunn completely fucked up in this because the chair shots, they look so bullshit. You saw Strowman, like, on the edge, and he will keep hitting, and he will hit, like, the floor.
Oh, yeah.
The chair shots, I'm like, really? You know, we shit on AEW on this? Please shit on this?
No. The WWE, okay, you watch old wrestling, it's like the hard cam shot where it's, you know, the really wide shot. You see the whole ring. You see like a big portion of the crowd. That's what we saw a lot of times during matches. Like over 50% of the time, that's the shot you saw. Now it's every 3 seconds. It's a camera cut to a different angle. In between a suplex, you'll see 3 camera cuts. It's like, no.
But like
they do too many camera cuts. That's what. Well, Strowman's awful. You know, so I you know, that's part of it, and also they're too like click happy with the camera cuts. Leave it on one shot and be like, hey, this is the shot we're filming, like pretty much the whole thing. So if you got to swing and angle yourself, know which camera it is, and then you'll be good. But how the wrestlers they angle it at certain ways because they have no idea which camera's on.
It's true. Let's listen to the Legend Killer, but before, let me ask Mommy, like, how do you feel when Roman came back? Done.
Yep.
Yeah, she was even done. See?
Yep.
Done. You know, now Legend, like, Ryan, did you like the chair shots? See, do you agree with me? Because see, the chair shots look so weak, so poorly done.
Well, here's the thing. I didn't even notice anything wrong with the chair shots because I was just so upset that Roman Reigns was back that I couldn't even pay attention to it. I'm like, oh my god.
This is how he was. Yep.
Done.
Yep. That was me on the floor in my living room, just like, oh my god, he's back.
Yeah,
can't believe it. But it's almost like, with the camera angle, it's like, it's almost like Retribution is in the production trucks every week.
Yeah.
Because they do it. I feel like they do it for the sake of doing it. It's too much.
Do you have the crazy picture of Strowman? Because I feel like that was Vince McMahon when all of us were crying.
That's how we feel. Yeah, see the 3 of us right there. No Roman. See right there. Ryan is the one writing no Roman. Yeah, you know, the short guy is me right here. You know,
in the middle. Yep, I'm in the back. Yep.
Yeah, Jean Paul is in the back. You know, like right there.
Yeah, that's Vince laughing at all of us crying.
Yeah, you know, no, and when the chair shot is like, you know, motherfuckers learn how to like take a chair shot. No, nothing. No, this is what happened there. It's like, oh, like, did you enjoy SummerSlam? Oh, it was gonna be legit. It's gonna be a great review. No, it's not. Done.
Yeah, I mean, if there was no Roman and it would have ended with the Fiend and like Alexa Bliss comes crawling out and she's like hanging on his leg like Princess Leia on Luke in the cover of the one Star Wars movie, then it would have been legit.
Oh, you know, yeah, I would have been fine if like the Fiend was like about to do something with Alexa like this.
Yeah,
I would have been fine. Yeah,
but no.
We get Roman back, my brothers. So, you know, thank you so very much, family. I think we covered the whole show. I think SummerSlam is out of the way for us. Big win. I want to thank, you know, Ryan Whitman, the Legend Killer. I want to thank Jean Paul because it's been a really busy weekend. But, you know, we have all kinds of content for every single you family. You know, we have AEW Dynamite, like Ryan said. Brody Lee's the TNT champion. At least a tall guy, and like he's a guy that can wrestle. He deserves a lot better. So good stuff for the Dark Order finally. We have the previews and predictions for both shows. Legend Killer was also for like Takeover. We had a lot of fun. Karrion Kross, a little bit of a concern. Am I right? Am I right? Because he might have separated shoulder. So 6 to 12 weeks. It's already done. And
so then we will have another tournament for the NXT championship.
Yeah, already done. Already done. And tomorrow
and guess who's going to win? Pat McAfee.
Pat McAfee, yeah, the app champion. Or at least for Ryan and me, make Dominik. You know, like make him go to NXT. Because tomorrow we're going to bask in his glory, or like according to Jean Paul, bask in his ass. You know, right?
Well, yeah, that's where I'll be.
Yeah, basking in his ass, right?
I wonder if Mia Yim is going to debut with him. I think she should.
I mean, if they do that, like, that would be fine. You know, like Mia Yim is cool.
She's not going to do anything on NXT, so might as well call her up and.
Yeah, exactly. So like, please, family, be here with us because we have still like 2 more weeks of content. You know, Legend Killer also will be with us for Payback. You know, we're gonna be doing also All Out. So that's extremely legit.
And we have night two of Emergence.
Night 2 of Emergence. We have like a busy week. One more time, remind everybody that Dynamite is actually going to be on Thursday.
Yep.
It's not going to be on Wednesday, so it's going to be on Thursday. So we have like, it never ends. It never ends for Road Break. But see, with the brothers right here, that's our commitment, to deliver the best possible content for every single one of you. Ryan, remind everybody where they can find us in the social media world.
You can find us on YouTube, like and subscribe at The Original Rope Break. Find us on Instagram at The Original Rope Break, Twitter at The OG Rope Break, and Facebook at Rope Break.
That's right, family. So thank you so much for you. Tomorrow I have to go solo because I have the Spanish versions of the shows. My guys are learning Spanish, so they will be with me for like Survivor Series, so we can
show the picture of mommy whenever I try to talk Spanish.
Oh yeah, mama. Like, is Jean Paul trying to improve the Spanish? Hold on. No, it's not. That's how concerned she gets when like she's about to talk. It's like, oh my gosh.
Yeah.
And then I see my dad. Jean Paul is never gonna talk again. That's right. That's right. Yeah, it's legit. Yep. So family, hope you had a really good time. We had a great time. So we will be back. Monday Night Raw. We have a lot of things to discuss. The fallout of SummerSlam. So there's one more thing that is left to say for us guys, and that is.